Hey guys, I want to apologize for the no video last week. The past 2 weeks have been insane with award ceremonies after award ceremonies, senior prom, graduation rehearsal, 5th grade promotion ceremony, pre-K prom, and pre-K graduation. I've been all over the place. I haven't had a chance to get on my laptop and make thumbnails and everything for this video that you're about to see now. So I just wanted to apologize for that. You're going to be seeing this birth video, my birth story, and I'm going to see if I can finish editing another video from when the baby was a newborn and have that for Thursday. The next video going up was supposed to be Ariana's prom video, but I realized that I'm just going to be a total wreck for her graduation. And when you see part of that video, you will see it, that I'm already a total wreck after prom, like I can only imagine. So it just doesn't make sense for me to try to do a whole video for graduation. I just went ahead, I'm gonna add whatever clips that I do get in that day into the prom video and call it a day. That video will probably go up, today's Monday, but not this Monday, next Monday. I'm also having family here from out of the country. My brother is here from the UK. I've got a lot going on like the next 2 weeks also because he's here for 2 weeks. So just bear with me. I'm not disappearing again. I'm trying to do the thumbnails and just have everything scheduled to go up, but that's also hard just seeing because I'm just pulled in 50 million directions. And by the end of the night, it's like, oh, I'll do it at night. And I'm just like, nope. I'm gonna pass out. Excuse the baby, she's not happy here. Her thing keeps getting messed up. But yeah, I just wanted to apologize for last week and just let you know that I'm not disappearing on you. I'm still here. I'm still working on the videos and stuff. It's just give me some time. We've got a lot going on, good things, you know, with all the promotions and ceremonies and all that. But yes, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get into my birth story. Hey guys, welcome if you're new and welcome back if you are not. So today I'm finally sharing my birth story with you guys. Let me just tell you, things have been chaotic, but I mean, are we surprised? No, we should not be surprised at this point because Ange, chaos, they kind of just go hand in hand. You're not going to find Ange without chaos or chaos without Ange. So by now you have already seen my birth vlog, and if you have not, I'll link it here and you can click on that after you watch this video. This hospital, this whole I went to Women's Care, which is a known like facility for OBGYN in Tampa Bay. They were absolutely wonderful, okay? They were on top of everything, and on top of that, the hospital that I chose to go to was amazing. They were just great. And then I had a midwife, again, amazing. It was just a midwife. There was no doctor hovering over her, which they tend to do here in Florida. But it was just chef kiss all around. I have no complaints. I have nothing but praise. I gave birth at St. Joseph Hospital and actually St. Joseph South. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started. So I was scheduled for an induction on January 11th. I had to be there by 6 a.m. Originally, they didn't want me to go past 37. Is it 37 weeks? Or 38 weeks, something like that. They didn't want me to go past a certain amount of time. I did not want to be induced, so they compromised and scheduled my induction at 40 weeks, which was the day of my due date. Since it was my birthday, I knew I wanted to stop at Starbucks and get my free drink. So we did that, which made us like 15 minutes late. So I got to the hospital around 6:15. My veins kept blowing, and then I don't know why, but it seemed like I was dehydrated because they kept blowing, and they put extra, like, what is it called? Mom brain is still mom braining. lines. Like, they put extra lines because I have a history of hemorrhaging. They wanted to make sure that they, you know, just in case type of thing. The midwife came in, she checked me, and I was still 2 centimeters, I think. Either 2 centimeters or 3 centimeters. So they checked me around 7:30, and then that's when they started me on the Pitocin. My experience with Pitocin, it lingers, like it just takes longer, I guess you can say. It's not that I had a bad experience. It just took way longer than what I'm used to when I give birth naturally. Around 2:30, the midwife came in and she checked me, and I was actually 4 centimeters. So when I got to the hospital and they checked me around 7:30, I was 3 centimeters. So I dilated 1 centimeter. And then they started me on the Pitocin. Now, while I was getting the Pitocin from 7:30 until 2:30, I did not feel the contractions. Had no idea, nothing, not even slightly, like nothing. That's like the good part about me getting the Pitocin, because I didn't feel the contractions. So at 2:30, when she checked me and I was 4 centimeters, she said that she can break my water then, or she can leave it and just let me continue to labor. Now, because I only dilated 1 centimeter from 7:30 to 2:30, I was like, yeah, no, go ahead, you can break my water. So that's what she did. I'd say immediately after, I started feeling the contractions, like immediately after. And there lies the downside of getting the Pitocin. Pitocin, the contractions that you get with Pitocin are like nothing. They're not like regular contractions. These contractions hurt so bad. Like, they are intense. And not only that, they are back to back to back to back. Like, there's no break at all. I was trying to have a natural birth, but after about 30 minutes dealing with these contractions, I was like, no, I need an epidural. I cannot do this. I can do this. I don't want to do this. Give me an epidural. I also tried to use the comb method when you get, like, you get a, I don't know if it's because it wasn't a wooden comb, but it was like you get a little comb. Whenever you get a contraction, you squeeze the comb. The bristles are going into your hand, and that's supposed to, like, it's supposed to take your mind off of the contraction and put it on your hand. Yeah, that shit did not work. So they came, I want to say about 10-15 minutes later, to do the epidural. This time around, oh my God, this lady was like a veteran at this. It's not a student. They don't hire students at that hospital. It's not a teaching hospital. So I was confused. She took so long. It was finally in, and they're like, yeah, just give it 15 minutes and you will start feeling, you know, it'll start lifting. Well, 15 minutes passed and ain't shit getting any better. Okay, nothing. It didn't slow down. It wasn't like, oh, you know, it's working, I just can still feel them. No, it did not work at all. The epidural failed. Okay, I was not feeling, but at this time I didn't know the epidural was failing. They're just telling me, you know, give it a little bit more time. Give it a little bit more time. So I'm just, you know, trying to get through these contractions because, oh my God. And I'm just going with it. And at this time, my nurse just kept saying like, oh, I want to check you. I want to check you. But I'm like, why do you want to check me? I want to say, like, you know, because the anesthesiologist was still in there, because I'm telling her it's not working. They're administering more of the medication. It's not working. Okay. I'm getting frustrated. Nothing was working. I still felt everything. I still felt the contractions. It was freaking horrible. So at this time, like I said, the nurse is just like, I'm gonna check you. So now I'm back laying down and the nurse checks me and I'm 10 centimeters. I went from 4 centimeters to 10 centimeters in less than an hour. Okay, less than an hour. And I was just like, what? I'm like, no, the epidural I'm still waiting for the epidural to work. And they're like, yeah, no, it's time to push. Your baby is right there. Her head, well, at the time we didn't know it was a her, but there's like, the baby is right there. It's time to push. And I'm just like, oh my God. So they're telling me, oh, we'll bring the anesthesiologist back and we'll get you this other medication. God bless you. God bless you. And I'm just like, okay, yes, okay, get them. Like, where they at? Where they at? Because in my mind now, I'm just like, oh my God, I cannot push through these contractions because they just hurt so bad. So they bring the lady back in, but it was a different lady, and she gave me some medication through the IV. And they're like, yeah, give it about a minute and you should start to feel relief. So we waited the minute and no relief. I'm like, yep, still feel. They're like, you still feel them? They're like, okay, give it some time. And after that lady said, give it some time, like, she left. And I just never got any release. Like, it just, nothing subsided. But it was time to push. So now the nurses and the midwife comes in. They're getting the bed ready. And, you know, they're talking to me. And I'm just like, I'm defeated. My mind is defeated because I know the pain that's about to go down. And the midwife was so good. She was just like, listen, I know that you wanted that epidural and it appears that it failed and the medication's not working. She said, but once you start pushing, you're going to feel relief. And I'm just like, no, man, I'm not. Like, ugly face and everything. After she's like giving me the whole speech on like, once you start pushing, you're gonna feel relief. And I'm just not buying into that shit. And then I had Babe coming over to me. Hi. And he's, you know, like giving me words of encouragement. Everyone was great. Everyone was giving me words of encouragement. I just, like I said, my mind was like defeated because I know the pain that I'm about to be in. So everything got prepped and ready, and you know, she was just like, let's go, let's start pushing. So the next contraction, I started pushing. Oddly enough, pushing did release some of the pain from the contraction. I don't know if I explained that right. So yeah, so she was right. Essentially, she was right, but it was just so hard because I was just in so much pain. Like, I started pushing like around 3:55. Hi, you want me to talk to you? Yes, you want me to look at you? I know you do. I'm almost done. Yes, Mama's almost done. Oh, it's bottle time. So we gotta finish. So yeah, I kept pushing and I was trying to push and I couldn't catch my breath and I wasn't taking in enough breath. Like, I was being an amateur pusher, okay? I was not pushing the way that I should have been pushing. And on top of that, with each push, they're telling me, oh, the baby's getting lower and lower, but I didn't believe them. I thought everyone was just lying to me. So again, I was just psyching myself out. So a couple of times Babe came over and he would like whisper in my ear. Can't tell you what he was saying. I just know he was saying some words of encouragement, right? I remember he did say like, oh, I'll give you whatever you want. Come on, you get the baby out with this push. I'll give you whatever you want. So I feel like he said that to me twice. And this last time that he said that to me, I had a great push. By that time, the baby's head was like right there, ring of fire. Yep, right there. And they're like, oh, baby has so much hair. And then it was just so painful. So then after that push, we waited between like 2 contractions, I feel like I went through. And then I started pushing again. And finally, I pushed baby's head out. And that was great. Hurt like hell. Hurt like hell. But baby's head was out and now I was just completely motivated. And although they told me not to push, I finished pushing the baby out because God damn it hurt. and I pushed the baby out and plopped, and they held, babe caught the baby, and let me rewind a little bit, because the midwife was saying, before I started pushing, she said babe could, you know, pretty much catch the baby, hold baby up to me so that I can look at the baby and see what the gender was. So he held the baby up, and I think someone's hand, I think his hand was like in between the legs for a second there. So for a second I thought I seen a penis. So I'm like, wait, what? And then the hand got moved, and it was like, what is it? And it was a girl, and I was like, it was a girl, it's a girl. And I was so happy just because I knew, you know, moms just know. And they put her little head on my chest, and that was that. And it was just so magical. And the fact that, you know, they had her up to me, and my epidural failed, and I fucking pushed this baby out like a G. She was born at 4:15 p.m. So I pushed for about, what, 20 minutes. And she was here, and it was just, I don't know, it was just so amazing. And I just, and I'm getting flashbacks of it, and it's just, it was love at first sight. Everything that I went through didn't matter. It was worth it. You know, this pregnancy was not planned whatsoever. I was done having kids prior to getting pregnant with her, but man, I am so happy she is here. So they laid me on my chest, they laid her on my chest, and you know, we bonded. We saw eye to eye, and it was like, happy birthday, mama. And she was like, happy birthday, mommy. I just wanted to see you on your birthday. I wanted to share birthdays with you. So we did that, and we did delayed cord cutting. We wanted to do, I think we wanted to do an hour or 30 minutes. No, I think he wanted to do an hour. We ended up doing 30 minutes because I started hemorrhaging. And not bad, it wasn't a lot. I didn't need a blood transfusion. I didn't need, I think there's a medication that they stick inside of you, I think is what she explained to me, but I didn't need any of that. So it was like a small hemorrhage. And then also the placenta just started coming out by itself just because of the delayed. So that was good. And then it took up to like 30 minutes. So we ended up cutting the cord around 30 minutes, and then she, you know, got a little bit cleaned up, and then we just did skin to skin, and we did skin to skin for 2 hours. And after that, they took the baby to go and weigh her. Let me just tell y'all, my superhuman power self pushed out a 9-pound 5-ounce baby. She was 9 pounds 5 ounces. I did not believe them, okay? I still don't believe them. But they weighed her again, and she was 9 pounds 7 ounces. Again, I still don't believe them. I think their scale was wrong. I think it needed to be calibrated, because I just remember she wasn't as heavy as Giovanni felt. When they put Giovanni on me, I was like, damn, this is a big ass baby. And Giovanni was 8'4". She did not feel like she weighed more than Giovanni. So I just, and everyone kept saying, oh no, she feels chunky. I don't know if it was just me. I mean, looking back at the pictures of like her face and everything, that girl was chunky. She was chunky. She was a little butterball. 9 pounds 5 ounces. Like, that is fucking, and no epidural. My epidural failed. Like, how did I push out this baby? Superhuman. I am superhuman. Okay? Do not fuck with me. Okay? Do not fuck with me. But yeah, it was just so amazing. She was 21.5 inches long, which again, I think that was also incorrect, because when we went to her doctor's appointment, she was like 20 inches. So somebody got it wrong. I don't know, this girl just brings me, all my kids bring me joy, okay? There's no favoritism. I mean, it depends on the day. And I'm not gonna say anything other than that, but it depends on the day. And if y'all gonna sit there and tell me I have multiple children, yes, I love all my children the same. I love them all the same. But there are days where there's just, you know, maybe it's just, this one is just doing the most and you don't like this one right now. And this one has just been making your life a living heaven, okay? And you're like, you know what, I'm down with you. She just has my whole heart, okay? She has me wrapped, and I already know she's gonna be getting away with everything. Not only is she's the youngest, like the youngest, she's my last girl. She was the tiebreaker, girls rule around here. And we share a birthday. Like, how special is that? You know, it's just how special. And then again, I don't know if you've been here before, the ones, you know, the ones in my life, 11/11, day we got married, 1/11, my birthday, now 1/11, her birthday. The numbers that we see all the time, 11/11 on the clock or 1/11 on the clock. Doesn't matter if it's AM or PM. We're seeing those numbers. So I don't know, I just feel like complete, new beginnings. Maybe she's gonna bring my soft spot and she's going to lighten me up a little bit, because I am definitely a hard ass. Definitely the Capricorn in me. But yeah, she's definitely making me a little bit softer. Do you wanna come say hi? You wanna come say hi? Hi, baby. Look. She knows it's feeding time. I know. Yes? You want to say hi to the people? She loves her mama, right? Say hi. Say hi. Look, mommy. Say hi, everybody. Say hi. Hi, mamas. Hi, baby. You say hi. This is Sailani. She is like trying to go. I don't know where she's going. Say hey, baby girl. Head control, as with all my children, is out of this world. You say hi. And also keep in mind she is 5 weeks. No, 6 weeks. Right? Yeah, you're 6 weeks. Or tomorrow she'll be 6 weeks. Is it tomorrow? Or Thursday? Thursday. She'll be 6 weeks on Thursday. So there's the little girl. The little baby of the bunch. And yes, I am aware that she looks absolutely nothing like me, but somewhere in there she does look like me, because she looks like all of the kids some way, somehow. And I'm aware that she's also extremely white. And if y'all don't know, read about genetics, okay? I don't need to hear the, oh, you cheated on him or shit like that. Nobody got time to be cheating, okay? This is his baby. This is my baby. She came out of my vagina. Genetics are crazy, and that's why she's white. She'll get color later on. What's that? What's that? Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this little birth story. Hope you got a little bit more insight on my birth, my last birth, labor, my last labor or birth, whatever. Anyway, thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.